What is up, players? It's me, MtG, back with another Magic the Gathering deck tech video, and today we're going to be doing Grixis Midrange. But before I jump into that, I would like to say thank you to all my subscribers. I know I have a very small Magic the Gathering channel, but I've seen a lot of growth lately, and that's just really fun to watch. It really feels good to actually grow a little bit when I've been making videos for a while, so it's really cool, and thank you guys for subscribing. And if you're new to the channel, this is your invitation to subscribe. Of course, that's not expected, but yeah, now let's go play some Magic. Okay, today we're doing Grixis Midrange, and this is a deck kind of centered around Nicol Bolas. It's not like exactly a Nicol Bolas deck, or we'd probably be running a playset of him. Though we are running 3 Nicol Bolas because he's just so good. He's so good. He's a 4-drop, 4/4 flyer, which is already like, I mean, it's not great, but he's okay. And when he enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Now that's also very good because we want, a lot of this deck is going to be attacking our opponent's hand. So another way to do that, especially with a creature attached to it, is really nice. We can also spend 7 mana, a red, black, and a blue, in 4 any color, to turn him into Nicol Bolas the Arisen, which is an incredibly strong planeswalker. Nicol Bolas the Arisen is the strongest planeswalker I think in Standard right now. That's in my opinion. I think Teferi is pretty strong as well. The only problem with Nicol Bolas is that he's easy to kill because he comes in as a creature and then you have to turn him into a planeswalker, and he's very expensive. They cost 7 mana, which is tough to do. So there's just more ways for your opponent to remove him, so they can kill him as Nicol Bolas, they can counter him, and they can, or Nicol Bolas the Ravager, I mean, they can kill him as a creature, and then they can wait till you turn him into a planeswalker, then kill him as a planeswalker, however they want to play that. So he's easier to kill, I suppose, than a regular planeswalker just because he enters the battlefield as a creature. However, he's very strong, really strong. If you haven't seen this card, I'm leaving it up on the screen for a second so you can look at it. His +2 draws 2 cards. His -3 deals 10 damage to target creature or planeswalker, so that should be pretty much like he kills a creature almost. His -4 is put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's amazing. And his -12, exile all but the bottom card of target player's library. What's great about Nicol Bolas is that if you turn him into a planeswalker and you just want to, just roast your opponent, you kill a creature with his -3, and then next turn, if you're feeling greedy, or not greedy, if you want to kill Nicol Bolas you can kill Nicol Bolas basically to bring whatever you just killed back onto the battlefield under your control. So he's so strong. Of course, you're probably not going to use him that way. Most of the time you end up drawing cards with him and occasionally using him as removal or bringing stuff back from the graveyard. You don't want him to die, basically. I was just giving that as an example of something you could do. Probably don't do that. Now let's talk about the rest of the deck. We are running 2 other planeswalkers. We have 2 Angrath the Flame Chained, who's another hand attack, basically. His +1 discards a card, and the opponent loses 2 life. That's good. It's good. A little good tech to be aggressive against your opponent, make him lose some life, and so and they also lose, we gain card advantage because they're losing cards out of their hand. And especially in the late game when they're probably holding on to something big, if they have cards in hand, it's going to be 1 or 2 major threats. Hopefully, we can force them to discard that. And then his -3 is gain control of target creature until end of turn, and then we can attack with it, and then we sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step if it has converted mana cost 3 or less. So not only do we steal a creature and we can attack with it, if it's 3 or less mana, we can just kill it. It's sacrificed at the end of our turn, so it's basically also removal. So Angrath is great, and it's -8. Each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. This is just kind of a win con. We'll never probably end up getting there, but that's a thing. We also run a Izzet Viceroy. I'm not going to describe him to you, but he's good. He also is removal, and he gets cards into our hand, and his ultimate is incredible. So just know that. We're going to run 3 Carnival Carnage. Again, this is hand attack. So as a Carnage, you can cast it for 4, deal 3 damage to the opponent, and they discard 2 cards. But also, Carnival deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and 1 damage to that permanent's controller. This is good for early game removal against aggro decks, especially against Boros or Mono White when they're playing Adanto Vanguards. We can ping that for 1 and force them to either let that creature die or take 4 damage. So this is really nice for removal, and it's just a really nice versatile card because we can use it as either Carnival or Carnage. We have 2 Hostage Takers. Hostage Taker is great. It's a 4 mana 2/3 that we basically steal a creature. So we're removing a creature and putting it into we can cast it as long as Hostage Taker is still on the field. So this is nice. You do have to be careful with this to not take something that has an enter the battlefield effect that's going to really harm us. Because sometimes if we pull a creature and then the opponent kills Hostage Taker, that creature will enter the battlefield again, triggering that ability, whatever it is. So we do have to be a little careful about that, so we don't have that happen to us. We have 2 Thief of Sanity. I think in a better version of this deck, you want to be running more Thief of Sanity. I only run 2 just because it's kind of worked for me, but I don't have a playset of Thief of Sanity, but I think my problem with the Thief is that it's very vulnerable. He's a 2/2 for 3, and so a shock, literally a 1-mana shock kills Thief of Sanity. It's so easy to get killed, but he's very good because when he deals damage to a target player, or to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library and exile one of them face down and put the rest in the graveyard. Then we may look at and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. And we may spend mana as though it were any type to cast that spell. So Thief of Sanity is very good if we can actually make contact with the opponent. It's very good, aggressive in the mid game. Again, the only problem is that he's easy to remove. We play a lot of removal other than that. These are the only creatures that we play, is Thief of Sanity, Hostage Taker, Nicol Bolas. The only creatures. We play lots of removal. We play 2 Vraska's Contempt, 2 Ionizes just as a general counterspell for the mid game. We run 2 Cry of the Carnarium because that sweeps the board against aggro. That's something we need. The unfortunate thing about this is that it does hit our Thief of Sanity, but we only run 2 Thief of Sanity, and sometimes we're okay with taking that hit and losing our own Thief just to get all the opponent's creatures off the board. We run 2 Moment of Craving and 3 Cast Downs. You can flex this a little bit in one direction. Maybe you want to run 4 Moment of Craving and fewer Cast Downs, but I found that Cast Down is better against like Sultai midrange, because sometimes I was running Moment of Craving to get over those aggro decks to help us gain a little life and kill small creatures, but then against bigger creatures like that Sultai midrange or Golgari midrange is going to be running, we need the Cast Down, and Moment of Craving just doesn't do it for us. So I figured we run a little bit more Cast Down, a little less Moment of Craving, but we still have both. We do run 2 Negates as another counterspell because this is something we need to protect our creatures. Again, as I said, our creatures are pretty vulnerable once we play them in the mid game, so we want to have a lower cost spell to either protect them from removal or to stop planeswalkers from coming into the field. So Negate is just nice. One thing that is a little bit weird about this is that we do run Duress, and a lot of people kind of crap on Duress just because it kind of seems weak because you're restricted in what you can remove from the opponent's hand. But I think Duress is actually pretty strong because it's 1 mana. You can cast it on turn 1 to get rid of an opponent's, like, some threat from the opponent's hand, and it's basically a preemptive counterspell. It's not exactly because your opponent's not spending mana to cast something, then we're countering it. But it is like we're being aggressive and attacking their hand and getting rid of threats from their hand so they can't cast them. So we run 3 of those, and we run 4 Thought Erasures. So we're going to be doing that a lot. We're going to be going after the opponent's hand in the early game, trying to make sure they can't get big threats onto the field so that our stuff can survive. I think I've covered everything. Ooh, we do run 1 Expansion Explosion. This is just nice, again, against, like, especially against control decks that are going to be casting counterspells. We can expansion their counterspell to counter their own spell, or in the late game, if we just need to draw some cards and deal a little bit of damage, Explosion really helps us out in that way. I think that's about everything. Let's jump into some ranked play and see how this deck performs. Okie dokie, guys. Game number 1 here against BCO. Okay, this is an interesting hand. This is actually very keepable because we can play a Swamp turn 1 into a Duress. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Of course, our other lands are slower, but we do have our colors situated. So I'm going to keep this. It's not an ideal hand. One thing I did forget to mention is that my mana base is a little bit budgety, which is annoying. So I'm running Guildgates and not all like tap lands and things. Okay, so this is looking like Gruel, a little bit Gruel mid-rangey. So we'll get rid of one of those, that's fine. So we want to, I wish we could cast the Thought Erasure to get rid of their, dang, that's a bummer. Go ahead and cast Dimir Guildgate, or play Dimir Guildgate. I don't think I want to play Duress again yet, because I know that they only have Collision Colossus in their hand. I think I pass and just I hope they don't play Gruel Spellbreaker yet. Yeah, there's Gruel Spellbreaker. Okay. That's a bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world. You probably bring it in as a 4/4. That's fine. Okay, Dragonskull Summit is actually a good draw here. We don't want to play that, though. I'm going to play the Guildgate, and then I think I Thought Erasure now. So I can either get rid of Charging Monstrosaur or... there it is. Rekindling Phoenix. We want to get rid of that faux show. Do I want to draw an island? I might want to draw an island. Yeah, actually, island helps us because that's going to let us bring in Sulfur Falls untapped eventually. So I'm going to keep that on top. What I'm probably going to do next turn is play a Hostage Taker and steal their Gruel Spellbreaker. Okay, Zhurta Goblin. That's annoying, but that's not too bad. Alright, so we go and play Dragonskull Summit. Take their Gruel Spellbreaker. Wunderbar. And since Hostage Taker has 3 toughness, it doesn't die to a shock, which is their only removal in their hand right now, and we just aren't going to block with him, of course. So we want to be casting Gruel Spellbreaker on the next turn. No blocks. No blocks. Okay, so we take 7 damage, which is a big old bummer. Big old bummer. Now, if I was crazy, I would cast Carnage and make them discard both of these cards. Am I crazy, though? I don't think I'm that crazy. I think I want to play Gruel Spellbreaker. Yeah, I think I'll go Spellbreaker and then just hold on to my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then we pass. Ooh, I could have duressed that shock out of their hand. Okay. I probably should have duressed that shock out of their hand, actually, because now they're gonna kill my Gruel Spellbreaker with a shock, I think. But I do need a block because I don't want to take damage. Oh no, they're not. Well, at least not yet. Okay, now they do. Interesting. Okay, so they don't have the mana for the Charging Monstrosaur just yet. Oh, Carl Harpooner. It's not too bad. Okay, so we're okay for now. I don't like how, haha. Okay. The Thief of Sanity is a good draw here because they've already played their Carl Harpooner, and that is removal for Thief of Sanity. So we Gucci. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Duress doesn't do me any good because they have a Charging Monstrosaur in their hand. So I suppose we just have to hope that... Oh, well, there they go. It's a 5/5 with Trample and Haste. I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that. I think I just don't block it. This really sucks, but I can't kill it. I mean, I could kill it, but I'd lose both of these, and I don't want to do that. So I think I take the damage. This is really bad, actually. Dang. Dang. Okay, I'm going to attack with Thief of Sanity and hope that I get... oh my god. Sometimes you're just really stupid. I'm just really dumb. I should have blocked... Yeah, I should have played this differently. Oh, big misplays from me. So yeah, Thief of Sanity dies to the Carl Harpooner, and we can't kill Charging Monstrosaur next turn. Ouchie. Okay. So we're on 4. So if they have like a Collision Colossus or something here, we lose. So let's pass to blockers. Pass to damage. We go to 2. Lovely. Now Vraska's Contempt would be nice. Oh my gosh. Can I shock this in to kill myself? Yeah. Nice. Okay, well that was a hard first game. Could have played a couple things differently there. I should have double blocked the Charging Monster Sword and just taken it out because we needed to clear the board of threats and not take that damage there. And I was thinking that Thief of Sanity was going to hit the opponent and steal a card, and hopefully I could get something helpful to deal with their board. But I forget that Corral Harpooner has reach, so. Okay, game 2 here. Hopefully this one will be better than the first. That was pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Okay. This looks like a bad hand, but it's actually kind of good. To me, it looks like a bad hand. But we do have removal, and we have a Chemister's Insight for if we end up not drawing anything good. We have lands that I like. I like our mana base here, and we draw into a Nicol Bolas, so that's nice. We have that on turn 4, if nothing else. Adanto Vanguard. Okay, perfect. This is actually very good because Adanto Vanguard dies to Moment of Craving. Oh yeah, now we gotta play this before the Tithe Taker lands. Hopefully they don't understand this. So yeah, okay. I've done it before where with the Adanto Vanguard, I spend the 4 life to give it indestructible, and then I realize that it's a -2/-2, and then it just dies anyway, and we took 4 damage for nothing. So that's always pretty lame. So the bad news, big bad news is that we'll play Sulfur Falls. I just have to remember to play Swamp next turn. The bad news is that I cannot use Ionize next turn because of Tithe Taker. Because he's gonna make my spells cost an extra mana, but I can still cast down on him if I feel like I need to. But I don't know if I do. I'm just gonna take the damage and see what comes up after Tithe Taker, because they may play like a just a nothing. That's fine. I'm fine with that. There's another cast down. I think I go ahead and play Nicol Bolas. It's possible he has Conclave Tribunal or Ixalan's Binding or something like that, which would be kind of lame. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. Because they have to discard a card. Okay, looks like they're flooding a little bit, which is good for us. Very good for us. And there's an Ixalan's Binding. Okay, that's a bummer. It's a big old bummer. And we're drawing just lands. Wonderful. Wonderful. Alright, I'm probably going to hold on my mana and probably end up Chemister's Insight on their turn, but I'll wait and see what they've got. Adanto Vanguard. I could Ionize this, because Adanto Vanguard's kind of pesky to deal with. But we do have, I know that we have Cry of the Carnarium in here, and Cry of the Carnarium is good against this deck. So I'm gonna let it come down. I'm just gonna Chemister's Insight. Actually, I'm gonna resolve that because they may have. Okay, nothing else. Okay, good. I was thinking they may have a Banalish Marshal in their hand with a land to play it, but no. So we'll just draw cards and see what we get. Hopefully, Cry of the Carnarium. Angrath is actually very good. Angrath works because. Maybe Angrath doesn't work. Problem with Angrath here is that so we can steal. Oh, that's nice. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Angrath, And then I'm going to steal their Tithe Taker, attack with him, and when he dies, he's going to produce me a blocker because of his afterlife.
Your crew for my freedom. A fair price.
Do. So we do actually get some damage in here, and then we sack him at the end of our turn after I play Blood Crypt. And we produce a little spirit token. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, there's another Tithe Taker. Oh no! Okay, well, I block this, and they're gonna have to spend some life to keep their Adonta Vanguard alive. And I keep my Angrath. Oh yeah, baby.
No fire. No.
Let's see what they discard. Probably. Okay, seal away. Seal away. Can I even cast this? Oh, I can cast this. That's nice. Yeah, I'll pass. It's kind of annoying. Tithe Taker is really annoying with his... He makes spells I cast cost 1 more when I cast them on their turn. But it's something we gotta live with. Excuse me. Got the yawns. Okay. Now I could... Here's the deal. I can kill both of these. I can play cast down on both of them. They're gonna have to spend... They're probably gonna spend the mana to keep it onto or spend the life to keep it onto Vanguard alive. Yep, okay. And in that case... Oh. Oh. I could be crazy and cast down again on him, but I'm not going to do that. That would be stupid. I think I just resolve that. And then I let them both hit him. Hit old boy Angrath. Because I'm okay with that. And I pass and I hold. I still can play Ionize if they play something spooky in the second main phase. Yep, Adonta Vanguard. That's spooky. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're actually getting to where we can deal a lot of damage with Explosion. And they're on 6. Oh, wonderful. That is a thing of beauty. I love Cry of the Carnarium. Because not only does it just kill them both, they're exiled, so his afterlife doesn't actually trigger. That's wonderful. And then we pass the turn, and we've got a Chemister's Insight in hand to get us some more cards. Militia Bugler. I'll go ahead and cast this, see what we get. Looking for a Thief of Sanity. There you are. Wonderful. And we've got a Thought Erasure to hate the hand. Oh, also a Duress. Okay, so we can get rid of Militia Bugler. Go ahead and play this. And Thought Erasure. Oh. Seal away is not cool. I think I might get rid of both seal aways, so I go seal away, and then I... Actually, yes, keep that on top. And then I'm going to Duress and get rid of the other seal away. There's the other Militia Bugler, so we can go fishing for another creature, but I'm not worried about that. Because I've got a Thief of Sanity on the board, and I have enough damage to kill them with Explosion next turn. Ooh. Ooh. No blocks. So they did get a Healer's Hawk, which is a bummer. I'm going to have to kill it. not the end of the world. It's not ideal. So now I don't have the mana to cast Explosion for the win. But what I do have is Leon War Leader. I should have taken History of Benalia, but I think Leon War Leader is better because he functions as a blocker for these boys right here. Yeah. Oh, that's probably game. There it is. Okay, we won a game. It wasn't clean. It was a bit messy. It was a little scary there for a second, but hey, we pulled it out. We pulled it out. That's why you run a lot of removal. A lot of removal. Alright guys, game number 3 here against Ashen Sugar. Ash and Sugar. And this is a bad hand. This is just bad. So, only 2 lands is always kind of bad. I'm only tempted to keep it just because there's a Thought Erasure on turn 2, ready to go, which allows us to not only remove cards from the opponent's hand, but surveil to make sure we get lands. But I think I do still mulligan this. That's even worse. This is actually worse. Okay, mulligan again. Whew, this is a keeper, and I think I need to put that on the bottom just because I need lands. I need lands badly. This is still good because we do have a Thought Erasure turn 2. No, cancel. That's not it. Is that the card? That's not the card I wanted to play. It's the card I accidentally dragged up. Oh boy. Okay, so it's looking like Dimir control. They have 3 cast downs in their hand. They only have a little bit of land. I can't really hurt them by getting rid of cast down, so I think I hurt them by getting rid of Hostage Taker. And we keep Dragonskull Summit on top. The bad news is that if we play Thief of Sanity, it's just going to get cast down immediately. So there's no point in playing it yet. Okay, so they're on 3, and their own Thief of Sanity is on the board. I think I carved the Carnarium. I can't let it hit me, and I can't play this because they can cast down on him. So we'll just do this. It's kind of feels like a waste because it's only hitting 1 creature, but I know that they don't have other threats in their hand that are ready to go. And they're just top decking lands like nobody's business. We will let that come in tapped and hope they don't draw a land for their Doom Whisperer. Hostage Taker, not a problem. I'm going to shock this in to play Angrath. Angrath is nice, so this is going to force them to discard a bunch, and they're probably going to get rid of either Fungal Infection or Cast Down here. Yep. So, I know that they can damage him with Hostage Taker, but I'm not too worried about it, because I can keep on hand-hating them, which is really nice, because we are at such a card disadvantage right now that we really need to catch up in that regard. Having to mulligan twice was a big old bummer. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's the land. There's the land they needed. I will ping them again. I want them to discard all of their cast downs so that I can play my Thief of Sanity. Okay, there goes Fungal Infection, which is not a problem. And when they play their Doom Whisperer, I do have a Vraska's Contempt at the ready, which is quite nice. Disinformation campaign. Oh, that sucks. Haha. Not what I expected to see. Not gonna lie. I think I just resolve it. Discard Thief of Sanity. Ouch. Yeah, bye-bye Thief of Sanity. I need this more than I need that because that's too easy to kill. Pass 2 attackers. I think I let him hit it. Let him hit Angrath. And I just keep on plugging and chugging with his +1.
No fire, no steel.
And I play the island. I may actually... I kind of want to keep a card to discard. Well, no. I think I just play this out. And I'm not worried about being forced to discard. Because if I'm forced to discard, I just cast Vraska's Contempt. Pass to attackers. Yeah, I'm a little surprised he hasn't really tried to play Doom Whisperer yet.
Fire and fury.
Okay, so now we can play it. Resolve that. And I will immediately exile it. Surprised he didn't want to serve. Oh yes. Okay, Izzet Viceroy is a great pickup right here.
No fire.
Because I can kill their hostage taker. There goes a Cry of the Carnarium. They only have cast downs in their hand. This is wonderful. Honestly, wonderful. Question is though. Oh, I think I need to because I don't want hostage taker to be able to kill Angrath. So I'm gonna. Can you tap like a reasonable person? I guess it doesn't matter because I will have no cards in my hand. But if I were to draw a card, I would want black and blue and red all up.
You're welcome to try.
But I think I'm going to kill hostage taker because it's also possible that they draw into a Vraska's Contempt and are able to exile one of these. Oh, Karn is an interesting play. In Dimir, let's see what they get. Oh. I don't want you to have either of these, is the thing, but I'd much rather you have a Thief of Sanity that I can actually kill. Oh, Thief of Sanity is wonderful. Ha! Yeah, because if they're dumb enough to play Thief of Sanity, I just steal it with Angrath, and I attack them with it, and then kill it at the end of my turn. Yeah, and there's a concede. Okay. Whew, thank you. Thought Erasure. Man, being able to make them discard cards every turn, that saved my butt because I had like nothing. I had nothing in my hand. Wow. Thought Erasure, Duress, Angrath, wonderful. Wonderful. Here we are, game number 4. Hopefully I can actually get my Nicol Bolas down, maybe turn him into a Planeswalker. That's the hope. Okay, and it's shaping up to be alright. Okay, so we got our colors, we got our mana here. It's what we want. It's not great, but it's what we want. Not a perfect starting hand, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I keep it. Yeah, we've got plenty of removal for what looks like mono white. I always assume it's mono white when I see a plains come down. Yeah, mono white. Here's probably an Adonto Vanguard, Bishop Soldier. That's interesting. I'm going to play the island so I have a cast down ready, but I may want to save a Cry of the Carnarium, like let them build up a board and then play Cry of the Carnarium on them. Daybreak Chaplain doesn't die to Cry of the Carnarium, which really sucks. Is this like a what, is this a starter deck or something? I think I just killed you. Oh, wonderful. Okay, Thought Erasure is good. So we can play this, and then this. Oh boy, okay. Knight's Pledge is the only thing they can play next turn. So that might be what I kill, what I get rid of. But Immortal Sun also screws me up, but I can deal with Immortal Sun later. I mean, none of this is a huge problem for me because it's like almost like mono white control, which is an interesting archetype. I've tried it. It's not great. It's not great right now. I think I actually probably get rid of Knight's Pledge though. No, the thing about this is that I don't care if they put that on her on the Daybreak Chaplain because I can kill her and get a 2-for-1 later. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'll make him discard. Immortal Sun. And I don't think I want another Nicol Bolas on top. Though maybe I do. No, probably not. I don't think I want another Nicol Bolas. Put that in the graveyard. I can play Nicol Bolas next turn, which is good. Yeah, there's a Knight's Pledge. And hopefully they didn't draw another land. Yeah, so they are stuck on 2, which is great for us. Here goes Nicol Bolas. So there goes Settle the Wreckage. Okay, they can play Resplendent Angel now. Fine. Maybe they attack with Daybreak Chaplain. Yep, and I block it. They gain some life, which is not too much of a problem. Okay, so here is what I do. I'm going to cast down their Daybreak Chaplain. Wait, I want to make sure I have full control on. There we go. Make sure I have full control on so I can cast down and then expansion this bad boy. Copy that. Kill Resplendent Angel. And their Daybreak Chaplain. And then attack them for 4. So hopefully, not hopefully, because I want to see a little more. I want to see a little more of this deck play. Ritual Rejuvenation. They probably draw a land. Nope, no land. Okay, we're getting to where we can actually play or transform Nicol Bolas, which is wonderful. Excuse me. I'm kind of expecting them to just concede pretty soon. But they, I mean, of course, they might not. Healer's Hawk. Okay. I will attack. Let's see if they block this. No block. And I transform Nicol Bolas, and then I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think I just draw 2 cards. They could have drawn into something like a Conclave Tribunal or Ixalan's Binding, which would be actually suck. That would suck so bad. Okay, they didn't, so it's fine. Whew. Okay, and I can actually go fishing for their Resplendent Angel. The problem with that is, no, I'm just gonna plus up. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'll play Ral. Izzet Viceroy. Oh yes, the flipped Nicol Bolas is so good.
Think you can beat me?
Yeah, there's the concede. Okay, when you get 2 Planeswalkers on the field, and I made them discard their their Planeswalker hate earlier. What is it called? The thing that does the thing. I've forgotten what it's called. Anyway, I did that. So they weren't able to deal with my Planeswalkers, and they had to concede. So this is actually showed pretty well, this deck. Let's go talk about it just a little bit before I end this video. So what I think, as I was saying earlier, I think you probably want to have more Thief of Sanity in here to be a little bit more aggressive early on. Because as you were seeing, we're playing, the way this is built is a little bit more towards control. It's not like completely Grixis control. It's a little more mid-range just because we are running Thief of Sanity and Hostage Taker and Nicol Bolas, because these are all kind of mid-rangey creatures. You could run this a different way and put it more control, or put it more mid-rangey with Thief of Sanity. You can even bring in like Legion Warboss. You could play Legion Warboss in this deck, and it would be fine, because you're putting pressure on your opponent with damage and creature production in the mid-game, which is wonderful. You could also even run like Rekindling Phoenix in here. That's a little bit more aggressive. Which you could substitute that for Hostage Taker, because I wanted to make this a little bit more on like the control-y side of mid-range, just because I want to get to the Nicol Bolas, and I don't have a playset of Thief of Sanity. So there are different ways to do that. You can also cut Duress for more straight-up removal, like you can play more counter spells, or more like Moment of Craving, Cast Down, or straight up like Murder or something like that. I think I've kind of covered everything. If you have suggestions, if you want to hate on this deck, you think I misplayed things, which I know I did at one point in that first game, let me know in the comments. If you want to see me play a certain deck in another video later on, again, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, drop a like on it, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and feel free to subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. That was an awkward exit, but adios.